Hi students, I hope you are fine and healthy at your home. Now we will discuss second part of chapter number 10, 11th class, mechanical properties of fluid. Here we will study very important point, which is a very important law, which is Pascal's law for fluid. We will see the derivation of Pascal's law and what is the statement of Pascal's law. Pascal's law states that if a liquid is in equilibrium, then pressure in every part of it is equal. If a liquid is in equilibrium, then the pressure in every part of it is equal. We can see that we have a diagram that the liquid in equilibrium. Then we will see that the 2 points we have O1 and O2. So we will have to prove that liquid in equilibrium, then the pressure of every part will be equal. That's like we have to prove P1 equal to P2. Suppose that here pressure is applying by P1, here P2, then Pascal's law states that if liquid is in equilibrium, then the pressure in every part will be equal. So how we will derive the derivation for that? We will first consider that 2 point O1 and O2 inside the liquid. Then we will image that right circular cylinder. We are imaging that is our assumption, and circular cylinder O1 O2 at the axis of liquid inside the cylinder. Then force exerted by it outside the liquid will be perpendicular. Here the force is exerted outside will be perpendicular to the surface. So it is the force on point O1. Force we know that, pressure we know that, force upon area. So if here is a pressure is P1, then what will be there? Force F1 upon area of cross section is A. So P1 equal to F1A. So by the equation first, where A is the area of end force. Okay. So we can cross multiply and F1 will be P1 into A. That will be our next question, next equation. Similarly, the pressure will be on a second end O2. What will be there? F2 equal to F2, P2 equal to F2A, or we can derive that, we can write force exerted F2A, P2A. Then we can derive like that P2A. That is our equation number second. This is our equation number third. Now the condition for Pascal's law is liquid should be in equilibrium. Then pressure will be same. That means if the liquid is equilibrium, then force will exerted both side will be same. Then F1 equal to F2. So we'll put both side. Then P1 equal to P2. A, then A will cancel. Then we will derive that P1 equal to P2. This is therefore the pressure on O1 is equal to the pressure on O2. So this is our Pascal's law, which states that if a liquid is in equilibrium, then the pressure in every point is equal. So we can derive in that way. Very easy questions and very important. You can solve by yourself. Thank you. So now we will discuss a new definition regarding to the critical velocity. What is critical velocity? Critical velocity is maximum velocity of a fluid till the flow is streamlined. Maximum velocity of a fluid till the flow is streamlined, then it is called critical velocity. If any particle have a critical velocity is Vc and viscosity is eta, density of liquid is rho, then diameter is suppose that it is d, then the formula of critical velocity we can derive Vc equal to k eta upon rho d. That k is the Reynolds number, which is no unit. So that is the maximum velocity of a fluid till the flow is streamlined. So that is our critical velocity. We will understand streamline and turbulent flow in a next video. Try to understand that, try to solve this critical velocity's derivation. Thank you.